G'day, Grant Norsworthy here with morethanmusicmentor.com, and again with Aaron Sands, one of my favourite bass players on the face of the planet. How you doing, Aaron?
Doing great.
Good deal. Now, we've talked about the bass guitar a little bit already, and we've established that like a lower octave is the best place to stay most of the time. But a lot of our young bass players, I think they've got to be able to play a lot of notes all the time, and they lose some of the power the instrument can have when it keeps it simple but alters a few things like the lengths of notes. What could you tell us about that?
Yeah, it's all about listening to the drums and making sure you're not making it more complicated or more complex of a rhythm than it needs to be. And also, it's the more you fill out notes, sometimes that just helps things seem smoother, even though they're not thinking, oh, that's the bass player making it smooth.
Yeah.
It's just, it helps everything else be stronger.
We really want the bass to be not an instrument that draws attention to itself. People miss it when it's gone, right? But we want it to just be laying down that nice firm foundation, especially with the drums. Hey, Jonathan. Jonathan Truman on drums. So I'd love to equip some bass players who might be watching this video with the thought of whole notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah. A lot of times, eighth notes can be something that help drive a song and help the rest of the song just feels a little bit of an urgency. Yep. Or it can just have, like you're jogging on a treadmill or something, it just kind of helps it feel smooth and rhythmic. Whole notes can give attention to other things than just how driving it is. Right. Whole notes allow for melodic stuff to stick out a little bit more. The vocals may have a really busy line, and you don't want to be messing with that, drawing more attention to your rhythm rather than the way the voice really sits into this nice, beautiful rhythm. Yeah,
so it's about leaving space when you need to and being part of the drive when we want the song to be more energetic. What we're talking about here, by the way, is if we're thinking about a song that's in 4/4, it's got 4 beats to the bar, a whole note is 4 beats, the whole bar, right? Yeah. And a quarter note is 1/4 of the bar. So we'd have 4 of these notes per bar, and eighths, the principle follows. We're slicing that 4-beat bar into eighths, so now each note from our bass guitar is a half beat. But we want to hear what that sounds like. Can you give us just some timekeeping, Jonathan? And let's firstly demonstrate whole notes. What might that sound like?
Okay.
Great. Very long legato notes, leaving a lot of space for a vocal. But now let's hear what quarter notes sound like. So we're slicing the bar up into 4 now, and each beat gets 1 note. Great, okay, so there's quarter notes, and I noticed you left a little gap of silence in between each of those notes. Is that intentional?
It depends on what the song would be.
Right, so I mean, there's different terms. If you speak Italian, I don't, but people say things like legato, where all the notes are joined together, and staccato, when they're very pointed and they're just a little jab. And I think in between there's potato, isn't it? Is that
Probably.
it? Potato? It is?
Potato.
Okay, so I'd call that potato.
Yeah.
Right,
potato.
But can we hear it legato, where the notes join together?
Sure.
Quarter notes again. Great, and what would staccato sound like? Because these are all variations that we can come up with as bass players that really change the feel of everything. Let's hear staccato, same thing. Good deal, good deal. Okay, so we've talked about the whole notes. Those were the quarter notes. My personal favourite, especially for driving music, the eighth notes. Okay. And let's do these legato, like joining together, yeah? Yeah. Let's hear eighth notes. Right, and that's wonderful, but I notice you're using 2 fingers here now. You've got 2 little players in the team here, and a lot of people, when they start playing these eighth notes, they're not even enough, are they? We end up with one note being longer than the next one. Some are louder and some are softer, and not just for bass players, but for anyone, a band leader who's got a bass player who's attempting these eighth notes, this is a sort of negative thing we should be looking out for. Can we play it like bad time and uneven? Sure. These eighth notes, yeah. Right, whoa, yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to avoid. Well done. Exactly. Sometimes the bass player doesn't realise that it's like that. They think, great, I'm doing it, I'm rocking it, I'm moving it ahead, but it's actually adding to a lot of clutter and mess. At home, in your private practice time, practice with a metronome, practice with a drum machine, practice with professional grade recordings, and really concentrate on getting your notes in time, really precise. And you know, when you find that sitting in time with the drums, we can start enjoying simpler parts because we realise we're part of a groove, part of a foundation, part of what we call a pocket, you know, that the band really sits in. So why don't we bring this to a drum beat now? And give us a positive example, maybe even mix it up a bit for us, Aaron.
Sure.
Some great examples from Aaron. Thanks so much. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the other videos in this series. Please subscribe to the channel. And hey, if you want to find out some more information about More Than Music Mentor, to arrange your own consultation or even have me visit for an on-site consultation and training, please go to the website and contact us through morethanmusicmentor.com.